Hello and welcome to Sports Talkies with me, Sullivan. Every child growing up, most children rather in India growing up, think about playing football or cricket, sometimes even tennis for their country. But today we have a very, very special guest with us who has not only made Goa proud on the national stage, but he's done it on the international stage. We welcome Amol Satoskar today, who has just returned as the winner of the Rally of the Himalayas competition. Welcome to the show, Amol.
Thank you.
Amol, first of all, please tell us about your experience at the race. What was it like? What were the challenges you had to, what obstacles did you have to basically get past?
Actually, first of all, I was not at all prepared for this rally, and I got the invitation last moment. And when I got the invitation, there was hardly not even a month left for me to take a call, and then I just happened to discuss this with my local MLA, Mr. Sankal Amonkar, and I just said this is what I got, like an invitation after 10 years. So what do I do? So it's like, go for it directly. So don't worry about the expenses and all. We'll work on it. So after that, I called my old rally team. So he was also shocked, and then he asked me 2-3 times, "Are you sure? Like, it's nice, like, to see you after long, but we can do it," he said. So only thing, I need some time, because, and then second question was, what car am I driving for the race? So he gave me an option of 2-3 cars, and he said, I can drive a Baleno, then I can drive a Rally Swift or a Cedia. So the moment he said a Cedia, I said, okay, so let's do it with Cedia. And
any particular reason for that?
Yeah, because I had won couple of rallies with Cedia. I was more used to Cedia, and when it comes to raid or Rally of Himalayas, Cedia has a little more clearance in car category, compared to other cars. And since I was used to Cedia cars, I said, let's do it with that. And Imran, my tuner, he was having a Cedia. I was aware of it, so I said, okay, let's do it with Cedia.
So it was basically comfort zone for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was the experience like? I mean, from start to finish, from the start of the race to the finish, what was your experience like?
Actually, when I started my preparations, first thing I met our sports minister, Mr. Goan through Sankalp, MLA, and Sankalp told him, he's a national champion. He's won so many races, and now he's got an invitation, and he wants to. So he said, okay, I don't know about previous things and all, but now this time I'll go out of my way and I'll do it for you, and I think you should participate. So then I started all my process. I started all my documentation. I contacted the organizers. I sent them my details. Then I went to Bangalore to see the car. Car was like, it was an old car, 2008 model. Car was lying off for almost 6 years, and then I asked him what all things has to be done and what all things he's got ready with him. So he said, it's just a car with a roll cage. He doesn't have a suspension. Means he had a normal suspension, which you can't use for a raid or a Himalayas, because I know the terrain since I won Himalaya 3 times before. And then I asked him if he can arrange a suspension on rent, because I know in South India you get most of the parts on rent. So he said, yeah, that's fine, he can arrange it. So then later on, all the preparation started. He started the car, all pistons or whatever has to be changed. I mean, engine part tuning, ECUs, wiring was replaced, everything, car was tuned, done, and it was sent to Chandigarh via trailer. And then I had left 3 days earlier the race, because 27th it was starting, 24th I was in Manali where the race was starting. So I was waiting for the car to come, because I had not put my hands on the car. And as I said, after 10 years it's a huge gap,
It is a huge gap.
and you need little bit of practice.
Practice.
So I was in that mind, so car will come and I'll do a little bit of practice. But my bad luck, the trailer broke down. Then again, Manali, Chandigarh to Manali, the route was bad because of the cloud burst and all. There was a heavy landslides, rainfall, and due to that, my trailer could not reach Manali. So what my tuner Imran and Mr. Samrat Yadav, who's the service backup team, they both drove the car to Manali. But by the time they came, it was 27th, my scrutiny and documentation day, and I hardly had 35 minutes left. So I just took a short drive of 35, not even 35 minutes, just 20 minutes, just to get a hand on it.
To get a hang of the car.
So I could not practice also with the car.
So that is basically quite a bit of a challenge that you faced.
Yeah, that was my first, first thing which I was not, I said, I don't know how it's going to be. And then later on, when I saw the competition, when I saw the other cars, I said, oh my God, am I doing right thing? Coming here, or it will be because I had won this race 3 times before. And I called my brother and I was talking to him. I said, I don't know what I'm doing, man. I said, I think I should, back out, because the competition was very tight.
Heavy.
And if if you see their cars competing, they were like R2 Polos, Honda CTs, Vitaras, Gypsy Turbos. They have changed their system according to time. 10 years gap, I was not expecting all this.
Correct.
The gearbox, the gearbox itself of the Polos are costing 40 lakhs. My whole car cost about 10 lakh rupees.
Okay,
So,
tell us,
yeah.
I believe you started the race last.
Yeah.
Tell us about that experience. What was it like? What was your mindset like, considering you had to start the race last?
Actually, in Himalayan Motors, they give you a start according to your previous result, last year's result or previous. So since I came into this after 10 years, my name was nowhere in the start list.
Okay.
So they had to give me a last start, because last year or year before that, whoever had placed, their names were already there in the start list, and they have placed everyone accordingly. And then I was last to start, 23rd in car category.
Does that come as a significant obstacle? Starting last, does it cause any more difficulties?
Yeah, actually, because what happens when you start last, the first SUVs go by, and it becomes difficult for cars, because when SUVs run over the track, they dig out all the boulders and
Yes.
all they they make the track very rough, and
Okay.
becomes very difficult for the last car.
Okay, so it's like a traction problem.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, now tell me, during the race, what was going through your mind when you were through the track? What was going through your mind? How did you manage to, overcome all these obstacles and finish in first place?
Yeah, actually, we did a short recce. Actually, all the drivers were allowed to do a recce. And actually it was of no use doing the recce, because every day the terrain changes in Himalaya.
Yes.
Every day there's a cloud burst, or some landslide, and the track keeps changing. But though, since we have done, I told my Navy that Ravi, I said, whatever the game is, it's of first day. Because I have studied the track. I've seen there was a 51 kilometer stage which I could push my car to go. I could do the the best, and only thing, the route was narrow, but I knew maximum people won't take a risk there.
Got it.
All were having a mindset they will do on dirt,
Yes.
the timing. But I said, Ravi, see, we have to do something different.
Yeah.
If we think like them, we will not try to catch those cars, because they are very fast
Yes.
compared to my car. They are
Yes.
thrice the power of my car.
Got
So I said, we have to work some different strategy for this. And same thing I did. Day one, I was pushing my car till go. I pushed it till full limit. I did 142.7 on the first day itself. I was that's what my top speed.
Okay.
And I was taking the maximum risk.
Okay.
So that's how I could make timing, and nobody, had like in their mind like
a
all
similar
the
sort of strategy.
that I'll be. Nobody knows me there because
Yeah.
most of the youngsters, they have never seen me. Some of them, some seniors were there, they know me by name, and the FMSCI marshals and stewards. So the competition, what they decided was among them. They never had my name in their mind.
So you were pretty much the underdog.
Yeah. So what I did was, like, day one, I pushed it like really hard. Okay, and I made my timing. So I could take I had started from 23rd, but end of the day one, I was first. So everyone was there.
And I believe you were first consistently through all the days.
Yes, all the days. Because once I got the lead, I said, I'll not give up now. Because the last car, the first car which I caught, the difference for first day was 3 seconds only.
Okay.
So he was very confident because he was driving a R2 Polo, which is very fast. He said, Aram se, I'll do it next day. But next day again, I did the same thing. Wherever I could push, I used to push the car till limit.
Okay.
And though the second day and all, there was little rain, then they were not taking a risk on the high altitude because cars were getting slipped.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe this is a very risky race to drive through as well. Can you tell us about a few health hazards that you could possibly have met along the way?
Actually, there was one of my friend had gone down during the race. He was ahead of me. He was driving a turbo gypsy, and Mr. Sanjay Rajdan, he went straight down more than 100 feet. And though we have this airlift facility, he was lifted, and he was okay. It was not no problem as such, but he was okay. But my car also drifted on the same place because it was a blind curve.
Okay.
And after him was my car, so I also did the same thing. Like I could not. The moment we came up high, like on the high altitude, and then suddenly going down, it was a blind curve.
Okay.
And my car drifted and stopped on the edge. There also I lost some 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. So because my car was just balancing there. And actually there are a lot of deaths in Himalayan races. I had lost a couple of my friends also earlier, 10 years back.
Okay. Could you tell me what prompted you to get into motor racing in the first place when you were younger? What was your motivation behind getting into motor racing?
Actually, when I was very small, I was in school, and then I used to watch this program which is come on Doordarshan, Himalayan races, rallies of Himalaya, and they used to show all this.
Is this the same competition?
Yes. Actually,
Okay.
this rally is there for ages actually.
Okay.
And that's how it is famous all over the world.
Okay.
So from that time I used to always think one day I'll do this. I used to ask my dad, okay, I used to take it lightly, like where we are, like where is Himalayas. So but I always had that thing in my mind that one day I'll do it.
What was the reception like when you got back to Goa after winning this prestigious trophy?
Actually, sad to say, but there was, except my few friends and who messaged me on social media, and there was no special reception as such. Like nobody came specially to receive me on airport, or there was nothing like that. But it was nice that Mr. Joshua D'Souza from MAPSA, he was the first among the ministers or MLAs to wish me when I was in Manali itself. I don't know from where he got the news, but he had put a post on Instagram, and he had put a story also.
All right.
And I really felt nice. I was really happy because it was so
Did it
encouraging.
serve as encouragement for you?
Yeah, it was a great encouragement that someone you feel nice when someone
Yes, of
does
course,
that.
Of course.
Of course I've got a lot of support from my friends and family and all from social media, and a lot of friends from Goa and outside also messaging me, putting stories. I was really feeling nice.
I'm sure you faced a lot of challenges when you were younger, when you were just about getting into the motorsport industry. Can you tell us about that? Like, how did you manage to circumvent these challenges? What support did you find from people around you?
Actually, initially when I started rallying, I mean first race I did in 2000. I have raced with Maruti 800, and same I was all on my own because I have lost my father when I was very small, and I used to work. I had worked in abroad, and whatever funds I used to get, build a car and race. Again when there's no fund, stop. So initially when I started in 2006, and I was continuously racing. My till 2012. Initially, I started as a privateer only till 2008. 2009, I got picked up from Maruti as a factory racer. First opportunity I was given by Maruti, Team Maruti, and I won. Then I bought my own Tata vehicle, Xenon, and 2010, first I participated in Ready where my dream was coming through. And I had all that thing in my mind, and I had bought the vehicle, Tata Xenon. I built it myself. I participated in Ready Himalaya. I won, and then the news was spread that Tata vehicle have placed in Himalayas. They have done a placing, and then I got a call from Tata Motors. I was called to the Bombay office, and they took my interview. They asked me all the details. They said we are interested in forming a team, and that's how the Team Tata was formed.
That's really amazing.
Yeah, and after that I drove for Mahindra, Team Mahindra. I drove 2 seasons. I won. I did good placing because I bought two placing. 2 years I won for Mahindra also.
Okay.
Yeah, and same like Himalaya. I had won Desert Storm Rally also three times.
Okay.
2010, 11, 12.
What other competitions do you participate in apart from Raid the Himalaya?
I have participated in all the South India rallies. I have won in Eastern Mountain Safari in Northeast. If you say like all over India, I have won.
Okay.
North, I have won in Maharashtra rally also. I have won South also, so many rallies. But most of the events used to happen in South. Dakshin there, so I have won like almost 10 to 12 times.
Okay, tell me a little something about your sponsorship. How do you build a sponsor base? How do you get sponsors on board?
Actually, right now I don't have any sponsors. This, as I said, like I have met our sports minister, and he had given me a commitment that things will be done, and he had asked me to forward the expenses, like what are the expenses, and I had given all the quotes. I've submitted all the things, and I had left actually because till then the check was not ready. So I had left for this. I've completed and come. Now let's see what comes from their side, and accordingly I have to decide my future rallies also.
What
Earlier I used to manage my funds through racing for factories. Means whatever funds I used to get from factory racing, I used to utilize for my private races. But now since it is stopped, I don't have any other sources of racing.
So what are your plans now going forward? What is Amol's plan with regard to sitting behind the wheel of a car?
Actually, until and unless I get some signal from the government about the sponsor, I can't take any call, because now I have seen now participating in this rally only how much I have spent. So until and unless I get any sponsors, there are like 4 rallies more lined up, and I've already got the invitations, but I'm just waiting for the sponsor part.
Okay.
And until and unless, and as I said, they have to tell me in advance, because hardly few days are left, not even a month for my next rally.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what message do you have to give youngsters who are looking forward to getting into motor racing? Like, considering the challenges that you have faced, what message can you give out to youngsters who are looking to get into motor racing?
See, I would only say they have to practice. Actually, in Goa we don't have any track or anything like that. But there are rally schools which are held in Bangalore and all. They can take a proper training, attend a training, and then again, motorsports is very expensive sport. I know how I had managed my funds, but it's not easy for everyone.
Yes.
So if they can manage that, and participate. And then slowly sponsors, they come.
They'll come.
Now even I get sponsors, but I have to sign a contract with them. I can't use this Team Goa name.
Yes.
Yeah, because they have their own sponsors, they have their own name. Only my name will come on my suit. That's it, they said. So that's why I'm like little backing up, because I want my Goa name to come all over India, or even on an international level.
All right. Well, that's about all we have time for on this episode of Sports Talkies. Amol Satoskar has done Goa proud. He's a son of the soil. He's done Goa absolutely proud on the international and national stage. And we hope that more children, more youngsters will take to motor racing, looking at his story. My name is Sullivan. I'm your host, and I hope to catch you next week for another episode of Sports Talkies. Till then, see you and take care.